Imagine waking up one day with the unsettling realization that the life you've been living is not truly your own. Every decision you've made, every belief you hold, and even the desires that drive you, might not have come from the deepest part of who you are, but rather from the expectations, conditioning, and unseen influences of the world around you. Think about it. How much of your identity is a reflection of your true self, and how much of it is a carefully constructed mask shaped by external pressures? How often do you feel like you're just playing a role, living according to a script written by society, by your upbringing, or by the fears whispering in the back of your mind? Today we embark on an exploration of an idea that is profound in its simplicity, that life doesn't truly begin until you find yourself. But what does it mean to find yourself? Is it just about self-awareness, or is there a deeper, more transformative process at play? Stay with me as we uncover the hidden forces shaping your identity, and you'll see why most people never truly find themselves, and how you can break free. The moment we enter the world, we begin a process of conditioning. We're given names, identities, and predefined roles. We're taught what is acceptable, what is rewarded, and what is punished. This process is so gradual, so subtle, that we rarely question it. We adapt, we conform, and over time, we learn to suppress parts of ourselves that don't align with the expectations placed upon us. Think back to your childhood. Were there moments when you expressed yourself freely, only to be met with disapproval? Perhaps you were told to be more realistic, to stop being so sensitive, or that certain emotions or desires were inappropriate. Slowly, we learn to hide those parts of ourselves, to tuck them away, and in doing so we build a mask. This mask, this persona, is the face we present to the world. It allows us to function in society, navigate relationships, and gain acceptance. But here's the issue. The more we identify with this mask, the further we drift from our true selves. We begin to believe that we are the persona, forgetting that beneath it lies something far deeper, and beneath the surface there's also the shadow, the parts of ourselves that we hide from the world, the things we've rejected or suppressed. Our fears, unspoken desires, vulnerabilities, and even hidden strengths. The shadow doesn't simply disappear because we ignore it. Instead, it operates beneath the surface, influencing our thoughts, our behaviors, and even our emotional reactions. Have you ever intensely disliked someone without fully understanding why? Have you ever been triggered by certain behaviors in others, or felt an irrational emotional reaction? Often these disturbances happen because the qualities we despise in others are actually aspects of our own shadow, parts of ourselves we've denied or repressed. But what if I told you that the key to true self-discovery lies in the shadow? The parts of yourself you've rejected are not your enemies, but rather the missing pieces of your wholeness. Psychological growth isn't about eliminating the shadow, it's about integrating it. It's about facing the parts of yourself you've denied and unlocking a powerful source of personal freedom and authenticity. This is where the real journey begins. Are you ready to confront the truth of who you are, to break free from the illusions that have shaped you? Because what comes next will challenge everything you thought you knew about yourself and open the door to a life that is truly yours. Most people go through life believing that they already know who they are. They define themselves by their name, their job, their culture, and their past experiences. But what if your identity is far more complex than you realize? The self you think you are is just a surface-level construct, a small fragment of something much deeper, more profound. Within every individual, there exists a hidden world, an intricate inner landscape filled with forgotten memories, suppressed emotions, unacknowledged desires, and untapped potential. And the key to finding yourself lies not in constructing a new identity, but in uncovering what's already buried within you. Have you ever felt a deep, unexplainable longing for something more, a sense that a greater version of yourself is waiting to emerge? That's not just wishful thinking. It's the voice of your deeper self calling you towards something greater. This process is what we call individualization. It's not about conforming to external expectations, but about integrating all aspects of yourself, the good, the bad, the light, and the dark. But before we can integrate these parts, we must confront them, and this is where most people stop. Why? Because facing ourselves is uncomfortable. It requires looking at aspects of our personality that we've long ignored, questioning long-held beliefs, challenging our fears, and confronting the inner conflicts that have shaped our lives. We avoid silence. We distract ourselves with work, social media, entertainment, anything that keeps us from sitting with our thoughts. This constant distraction is not accidental. It's a defense mechanism, a way to avoid the deeper questions that linger beneath the surface. But no matter how much we try to avoid them, these hidden aspects of ourselves do not go away. They show up in unexpected ways, through anxiety, self-sabotage, unfulfilling relationships, or a persistent feeling of being lost. But here's the incredible truth. When we finally face these hidden parts of ourselves, they lose their power over us. Imagine what it would be like to live without fear of judgment, to speak your truth without hesitation, to make decisions not based on what others expect, but on what resonates deeply within you. This is the power of individualization. It's not about becoming someone new, it's about becoming more of who you truly are. So how do we begin this process? How do we uncover the unconscious forces shaping our lives? One of the most powerful ways to access these forces is through symbols, dreams, and introspection. Our dreams are not random. They are messages from our deeper self, revealing truths about our psyche. Creative expression, art, writing, music, can also serve as a powerful way of accessing and integrating our unconscious mind. But perhaps the most important step is simply awareness. The moment you begin questioning your thoughts, your reactions, and your deeply held beliefs, you are already on the path toward transformation. When you stop running from discomfort and start facing it with curiosity, you begin to reclaim your true self. Most people live their entire lives as strangers to themselves. They follow the paths laid out for them, never realizing that they have the power to choose something different. They suppress their true nature, never realizing that their greatest strength lies in embracing all that they are. But you don't have to be one of those people. You have the power to break free from the illusions that have held you back, to shed the layers of conditioning and fear that have kept you from experiencing life fully. The journey to find yourself is not simple. It's not just about choosing who we want to be. It's about uncovering the forces that have shaped us, facing the parts we've rejected, and integrating them into a whole, authentic identity. And when you begin to step beyond the illusion of the self, you unlock infinite possibilities, and you discover the vast, limitless being that you are truly meant to become. So will you continue living as a fragment of who you truly are, bound by old fears and illusions, or will you step forward into the unknown, embracing the vast, limitless being that has always been within you? The choice is yours.